Welcome to another segment of Tuesday Talk with Dr. Yaz. That's right, you're in the right place at the right time for some spring conversations for you during the month of April. I'm none other than Dr. Yasmin, Whirl. I reside in Macon, Georgia. Thank you for tuning in again to Tuesday Talk with Dr. Yaz. Be sure to share the video and like the video. We have a double duo on tonight's segment. I will be interviewing a local author, Miss Anita Hill, as well as hanging out with the related gospel singers of Toonesburg, Georgia. Again, welcome to the show, and be sure to share and like the video. Writing is a passion of mine. I too am an author. Writing allows one to share their story, to share their journey, and to just simply tap into one's imagination. Our guest on this evening is the sensational Miss Anita B. Hill. She was born in McRae, Georgia. She is the oldest of two brothers and the mother of four sons, Franklin, Kenneth, Freddie, and Joseph. She has one grandson, Josiah. Her parents are Reverend Fletcher and First Lady Mary Fletcher. She was raised by her maternal grandmother. First and foremost, she is saved. She is a musician, two churches, a member musician of Green Grove Missionary Baptist Church in Dublin, Georgia. She's been there for over 17 years. Okay, Green Grove was definitely somewhere where she served for 17 years in various capacities. She is employed with the federal government. She is also the vice president of the Middle Georgia Quartet organization and owner of Anita Hill Catering. She is also the promoter of the related gospel singers of Toonesburg, Georgia, and recently became an author of her son's book, Able to Kill Cain. She loves traveling, cooking, singing, writing, exercising, and trying new things. She has also been featured on 13 WMAZ, a local news station in Macon, Georgia. Welcome to the show, Miss Hill.
Thank you for having me. I'm good.
So glad to see you.
Yeah.
How has your day been?
Wonderful.
I had a wonderful day as well. Springtime is definitely here, and
All
summer
right,
is around the corner.
All right, I can tell you had that spring is kicking your allergies and acting
It
up.
is. I am somewhat congested. I was talking with my dad earlier today. I said, hey, I'm congested. Took some medicine last night.
Okay.
So my sinuses are definitely training.
Okay.
Normally, I don't have any issues, but sometimes I do. So I'm gonna have to take some more medicine.
Okay,
tonight.
okay.
I got to get rid of this bug.
Okay, okay.
My work in the school system, we've been busy testing this week. So
The
I got to go
milestone.
talk. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The Georgia milestone. Yes, ma'am. It is here.
Familiar with
To
that.
any parent that has a son or daughter in a public school system, the Georgia milestone is here. You may be testing this week or sometime in May. Get ready for because it is here. Georgia milestone in a grade, Georgia milestone in a course exam. I'm elated again to have you join me for some spring conversations.
I'm elated to be here.
Able to Kill Cain.
Yes, ma'am.
You picked up the baton and finished the book
I had to.
that your son started.
I had to.
Tell me your story.
Well, it starts with him. In 2013, he was diagnosed. Well, let me go way back.
Okay.
Junior, senior in high school, he was diagnosed as a diabetic.
Okay.
And so his life changed tremendously then. Didn't know what was down the road, but he had to drastically change his eating habits. From there on, he moved, went to college, going to college in Barnesville, Georgia, left there, moved to Atlanta.
Okay.
Then 2013, fast forward to 2013, his vision started bothering him, and he started having AFib. He was diagnosed with AFib, and that's where your heart is irregular. It skips a beat.
Okay.
And so the doctor started him, on that, and then next eyesight got worse.
Okay.
Then the stomach stopped digesting food. Kidneys started going bad. And so it was a combination of things. And so in 2013, somewhere along in there, I'm not exactly sure what year, but my son under him, Kenneth, moved in to Atlanta, in Atlanta, into the house with him, and they had been against, having older brother, younger brother. They were, wasn't setting horses at that particular time, and when they left home together, there was some bad issues, brothers, siblings, sisters, and I have boys, so it was brother sibling. And anyway, Kenneth needed somewhere to stay, and Franklin had been talking to the Lord, and he said, you know what, Lord, I'm gonna open my home to my brother because my brother needs somewhere to stay, and that's where the book started initially.
Wow.
But as time, like I said, the organs, he was having issues with the organs. As things started to go on, the organs started changing, started, doing their metamorphosis, and the doctor was giving him diagnoses of what was going to happen next. And so then the book was born because he started keeping a journal, started writing about what was happening to him. And the doctor had diagnosed already what the end was going to be for him as each organ was beginning to shut down. And so that's where the beginning of the book takes place.
So during his medical diagnosis, during his prolonged sickness, he was his brother's keeper. His brother came to live with him, and that's when that book was birthed out. That's when that book was born. And I'm pretty sure he must have been sharing all this with you. He was journaling and writing a book.
Of course, I am the confidant, the consultant.
The consultant. Thank God for mamas for being that confidant
the consultant.
and that consultant.
Yes.
Mother's Day is around the corner.
Yes.
Honor and salute your mom while they are alive. Or any female that has been a blessing to you in your life.
Yes.
So, what year did he die?
He died in 2018, February 11th, 2018.
Okay. Did he have any children?
No children.
Okay. So I know as a mother to lose your child, I know that was hard.
Woo! But the blessing, and you may not believe this, there was a blessing in this because as God was preparing him, he was preparing you.
He was preparing you.
And with us being on the same wavelength, and as me being his biggest supporter, there were times that he was ready to give up and throw in the towel because after each diagnosis, each culmination of what was going to happen next, he didn't think he was able to handle it. And I had to preach to him in a sense, if you stop fighting, what am I going to fight for?
Wow.
What reason would I have to fight? And I told him, as long as you fight, I'm going to be right there fighting with you. So that's how we made it through that journey. So
fast forward till today, when did you make a decision to pick up the baton and finish the book for your son?
The first 2 years I was very complacent.
Okay.
I was in a funk, if you want to call it that, to the part where I didn't want to touch it. I looked at it and thought it was a bit much. It kind of had a pity party. I didn't have anybody to help me with it. I didn't know the first thing about publishing. Who do I reach out to? How do I go about it? How do I get started? And so the first thing I did was I had somebody. I could have typed it, but I ain't gonna type. Lazy. I got somebody to type it for me.
Okay.
And after I got it typed, I did reach out to somebody that was already saved in his phone. There was a publishing company there, and I reached out to them, and they came on board. But I reached out to his god sister, Gabrielle Wilson. We call her Gabby. Reached out to her, and she said, "Mama, I don't like the way this is headed. There look like, and I know there's a profit. There's a profit that has to be made, but they didn't have my best interest at heart.
Right.
They were not empathetic or sympathetic to my needs, to my publishing needs. And you're not going to mess over my child.
Right.
He may not be here, but you're not going to mess over.
That's right.
And so I took a stand with that, and we looked over that, and she and I talked about it. And she said, "Mama, let's find somebody else." And so we did. I had already sent them the manuscript and everything. And I called him and I said, you know what? Send me back. Just send me back whatever I sent you. Send me everything back. The way I sent it to you, send it right back. And we prayed about it, and she said, Mama, let's look for somebody else. And so we reached out to Archway Publishing, which is a division of Simon & Schuster, which is a division of CBS. T.D. Jakes has used them, Oprah Winfrey, and Tyler Perry. So we went with them.
That is awesome.
That's what we went.
So since the book has been published and you are now an author, what has that journey been for you?
Glory, glory,
Let's
glory,
talk
glory, glory.
about
This ride has been simply amazing. I can't put into words how God is truly blessing this project. First of all, I fasted for 9 months until the book was on the shelf, until the book was published. I cut out everything. You hear what I say? Everything. My eating habits, I changed them. I dieted, I fasted. Some things that I was doing, not necessarily bad things, but you know, overeating.
I'm guilty of
like
that.
you know. Some other little things that, you know, just wasn't quite right. We fine-tuned those things and we put them before the Lord. And I wasn't a big TV watcher, but I got my shows. So we changed all of that and we focused primarily on this. We let that be our focus. And we prayed and I asked the Lord, whatever your will is for this project, guide me in the right direction so it will bless others, but most of all, you'll get the glory.
You'll get the glory.
So that's what we did.
Wow.
And 9 months later, we planned it. We started out in September of the 14th because that's his birthday. Wasn't ready.
Okay.
Tried to do Thanksgiving, you know, holiday season.
Okay. Wasn't
ready. Christmas. Wasn't ready. So I'm beginning to get discouraged. I'm like, okay, when am I? You know, we had to change the publishing package.
Okay.
The money wasn't quite there. The package that I initially wanted, I didn't have quite enough money for that package. Okay. So I had to settle for a smaller package. Then I told him, I said, okay, this is the focus. You know, I'm like, come on, God, you know, what now, when?
The process.
God spoke to me, he said, February the 11th. And I said, that's when he died.
Oh, wow.
That's the date we're gonna target to have it published by his death anniversary. And when I tell y'all, he delivered, he came through that Tuesday before his death anniversary, the book was ready. They told me it was ready to be published and it would be ready that day. So I think it was around the 8th, the 7th, 8th, or 9th, somewhere along in there, but it was ready before his death anniversary.
Wow.
So 5 years to the day, his book was published on his death anniversary.
Full circle.
Full circle.
For him, full circle for mom.
Full circle.
Full circle for the book.
For the book.
Full circle for the family.
Yes.
Full circle for whoever purchased the book.
What you say?
I have downloaded the book from Amazon on Kindle, so I've been reading the book. Get the book.
Honey.
Get the book.
I'm not bragging, but it's a good read.
It's a
good read.
Good read. He was an awesome writer.
He was. He was. And I didn't even know he possessed that skill. All I knew was that since his eyesight was going bad, he would get me up, Mama, come on, Mama, we gotta write. I'm like, Frank, it's 9 to 10 o'clock. Now I'm an early bird. I go to bed with the chickens. I get up with the rooster. That has not changed. That I'm normally in bed by 7:30, 8 o'clock. Don't ask me why. I was trained, I was raised that way. If you go to bed early, you got more things to do during the day. That's just how I roll. That's how I roll. And I tell you, it has been a blessing. So when I go to bed, I'm down, I'm out for the count. So to wake me up around, and he liked to stay up. He did his best writing at night because his diabetes would be acting up. And so he wasn't able to go to sleep whenever he wanted to. So if he was up, he thought I needed to be up too. So he would get me up. And so I had to type because his eyesight, like I said, he had one eye was already gone. The vision was gone. And so the other eye, and I can't remember which one it was, but the other eye, he could see vaguely, but not enough to type. So I had to be the typist.
If someone wants to purchase the book, let us know how we can purchase the book, Able to Kill.
First of all, you need to contact me, Anita Hill, at 478-919-1654, and I'm asking you to pre-order because I'm using my author's discount. So if you call me and set it up through me, I can use my author's discount, and that's 478-919-1654, and to pre-order is $20.
Okay.
And there also you can reach out to me on my Facebook page, and it's Anita Hill, Facebook, Anita B. Hill actually, and or you can message me through Facebook, and I'll get the message, and you can leave me your number, and I'll call you back, and you can also text me and let me know who you are at the 478-919-1654 number, and I can text you back, and we can go from there.
Thank you. I have one final question. With you being a mother of a son that has died, what encouraging words would you give to a grieving mother?
Now, this is what I did on 13. The best thing that you can do is have a relationship with God. Because you've got to be in a position to encourage not only that child, you've got to keep you encouraged. You've got to know what to do, how to do, when to do, when he or she, as the case could be, is not doing their best, or they're weak in their journey, or they're not so sure of what's around the corner, or if their prayers or they feel like are not being answered. You've got to be that encourager, that motivator. You've got to be that one that continuously stays before God so you can stay with them. That's the best thing. And then make sure that you and that child are saved, that you have a relationship with God. That is so key, so key, so key. If you're not saved, I encourage you to get saved. Get to know the man. If you don't know him, you need to know him. I encourage you. I implore you to do this. Seek the Lord while he may be found. Call upon him while he is yet near. You heard what I said? Yet. Do these things, and I guarantee you that the journey won't be so bad. I'm not going to tell you you're not going to hurt.
Right.
I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not going to tell you that because you will. But it'll be a little easier. God didn't promise us that this would be easy for us, that this journey would be easy. But he did promise you that he would make your burdens make your life easy. Your burden, what is that? Your way easier, but your burdens light. I can't think of how it goes, but he will make your burdens light. They won't be so heavy. It'll be a little lighter. So I encourage you, if you have not, do that. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call. He said if you seek, you'll find him. If you're not, the doors will be open unto you. You can ask what you will. And if it's in his will, who is he not to perform? Who is he not to bring it to pass? Y'all better hear what I say. I'm going to stop. Ooh, Jesus.
That was good. It was a pleasure having you on the show
ma'am.
tonight.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Anita Hill. Be sure to reach out to her today,
Yes, ma'am.
tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
She shared her number. She shared her Facebook page. Reach out to her to get that book published. Reach out to her to purchase the book, not to get it published. But hey, if you have a question about publishing a book, you can reach out to her. She could share her journey and connect you with the publishing company.
And Dr. Yasmin.
That's right, I published as well. But it was so glad to have you join us with Spring
Thank you for having me.
Spring
Thank you for
Conversations,
having me.
Tuesday Talk with Dr. Yaz.
God bless you.
Have a good evening. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? It is my pleasure and privilege to share with you on this evening the related gospel singers of Wilkinson County. Before we begin the interview with the related gospel singers, they're going to sing a snippet of one of my favorite songs that they wrote, and it is recorded on a CD. The song is titled, No Matter What or Who, Jesus Will See You Through.
Joy, oh yeah, peace, happiness, and happiness, Lord, joy, oh yeah, peace, happiness, and happiness. Say it just one more time. Joy, oh yes sir, peace, happiness, and happiness, Lord, no matter what, God will see you through. Lord, no matter what or who, Lord, God will see you through. Oh, no matter what or who, God will see you through.
Everybody, my name is Willis Strange, and I am the manager of the Related Gospel Singers, and we are just happy to be here tonight. Thank you so much.
I'm Anita Hill. I'm the promoter of the Related Gospel Singers of Toomsboro, Georgia, and I live in Dublin, Georgia.
Hello, everyone. I'm Charlie Strange, tenor, lead singer, live in Macon, Georgia. That's good.
Hello everyone, I'm London Strange from Dublin, Georgia, baritone, leader. Glad to be here tonight, praise God.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ivan Strange, booking manager, lead, and background vocals. We're so happy to be here tonight.
We're so glad to have you on the show, Tuesday Talk with Dr. Yaz, Spring Conversations. How long has the Related Gospel Singers been singing together as a group?
27 years.
27 years. That is a very, very long time. Could you give me a little bit about your history? When did the group get started, and how did you all get started with singing?
Our manager will let
We are married.
But we started, this is a long history, and I try my best to make it short. When we started, we was at home, and this strange thing, but this is all our part to. We started on a Charlie tree, and that's where we started from. We used to sing every Sunday morning, every day. People would come, and we would get out in the yard and sing. And that was something that our parents always wanted us to do, to sing. That's where we started from. And God has been good. He blessed us all down through the years. You know, we had some ups, we had some downs, but through it all, God has been good. So we just thank God for just being here tonight.
Now, since your group has formed, tell me about some of your CD projects that you have.
We have two CDs that we have worked on. One, the titles. What's the titles?
Still alive.
Titles is "Give Me Strength" and "I'm Still Alive."
Okay.
"I'm Still Alive" was our first CD.
Okay.
Our very first CD, and we are in the process of working on another CD
Okay.
as we speak. So hopefully, prayerfully, by the end of this year, prayerfully, we'll have another one coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Amen.
Man, CDs are $10. We're working on $10 piece.
Except for the singer.
For the singers, we have
Singles
to sing
back.
also.
Singles 5.
CDs are $10, singles are $5. Singles are $5, okay? How do you keep a group together and grounded in the Lord for 27 years? What has it taken for you all to stay grounded in the things of the Lord, maintaining your career, your family? All of you all are active with the church. How do you maintain a balance and keep grounded as the Related Gospel Singers?
Dedication. Being dedicated to what we're doing, and being real about what we're doing. Because we've had some ups and downs, gone through a lot of transitions, but we're still here. We're still here. We're still holding on, and we're still going to try to do God's will. Although, like I said, our group have kind of dwindled some, but we're still trying to do God.
And also take, I'm sorry, and also take, you know, like I said, much prayer. Much prayer, you know, we have to pray. We have to put God first and most of all. We have to put him in front. And like I said, and that not always been easy. We didn't have, like I always said, we didn't have our hopes, we didn't have our God. But through it all, but God, that's the main thing, but God, he has brought us safely this far. And we're going to keep on continuing to lead and depending on him.
I like to add that when I came as the promoter 4 years ago, they told a story about mom and dad, the vision that they had, and that they always wanted to hear the boys sing. Not only the boys, I know that there's some sisters, so it was a family thing, but the boys branched off and did their own thing. And so I love the fact that the vision that mom and dad started, they picked it up and ran with it and are still continuing with the vision to this very day. I love that.
Can I add this? I am one of the oldest of the members. I started out singing in the choir. Sister Anita being the president. Also, I started out singing as the Moonglow Junior. And so from that, we just kept going and moved away, came back, and I wanted to sing with my brothers, and they welcomed me back. And now we are a related gospel singer. So I'm grateful and thankful and glad for that. So I give God the glory and all the praise for the wonderful things that he has already done. And I'm looking forward to seeing other things.
Even if I could go back, if I may, just a little bit on the issue, because my mind go back to where when we were singing, I dare not forget about my brother Milton. When he was a scoreboard player, and that we had shared with other people. He always liked to get him a rusty nail, but he could play it out of this world. You know, I just thank God for that, because we got to leave him out. But due to the fact, you know, that the angel had produced some different things, and even on the day that we was getting ready to do our first debut, our mother passed in August 18, 1996. Is that right? But our first debut was in October. But I thank God that we still going on. We still holding on. We still holding on. We still carrying on the tradition. Our mother and father. We just thank God to have a blessed parent. Praying, man, because they pray for us. You know, and that's what we have to do for our kids. They pray for us, we have to pray. So we just thank God for this opportunity.
Amen.
What advice, this is my final question, what advice would you give an emerging new quartet group that has been singing maybe 5 years or less? What advice would you give them?
I would say persevere, put God first in everything that you do. As for us, you know, that's who was brought up by our parents, you know, praying and everything else, because a lot of groups have, you know, just been displaced, and we started out, like I said, as we was young. So staying prayerful, trusting God, and you have a lot of haters out there that say that they're with God, but they're not. So you gotta let a lot of things go over your head. Keep God in first in your life. Pray and just continually pray to God. And whatever you ask, you know, have faith in God, trust and believe, and He'll see you through anything that any obstacle that you go through. God will see you there. He'll see you through.
Amen.
And two, you know, as us being family, you know, we're brothers, blood brothers. And you know, we have a couple other guys that are not here, tonight. We thank God for them as well. Brother Steve Strange and Brother Alan Bill. They're not here tonight, so we thank God for them. And to, like I said, as siblings, you know, we don't agree on everything all the time.
That's right.
But we try to straighten out whatever differences that we have before we leave. You know, as I know our mother would always say, don't go to bed angry at somebody. So we try to, whatever we have disagreement that we have, we try to get it straightened out before we leave. You know? So So we just thank God. You know, a lot of groups they're singing just because they can sing. But it's more than just singing.
Amen.
It's got to have a purpose behind the singing.
Purpose.
You know,
Purpose.
you got to be singing totally for the Lord. You know, anybody can start out as a group and be singing, but if you're not dedicated to what you're doing, you know, you're gonna soon give up and you're gonna soon let go. So you have to be dedicated to what you're doing.
Amen.
This is a ministry.
Yes.
And when we go out, we are ministering. So we have to take it serious. We have to have God first. How can you minister to people if you don't know, if you don't know God, if you don't have a relationship with Him? How can you minister to someone and don't know the Creator? You know, so you've got to know God. So you can't.
And not saying that you're not, and young people groups coming up, it's not saying that you're not gonna have your trouble. You're gonna have your trouble. You're gonna have your trial, and you're gonna have your tribulation. But like it already been said, and everything is all about God. It's all about Him. But if you keep Him in front, even though when you're growing up, you know, the higher you go up, the bigger the giant. But if you keep God in front, because it's a trying thing, even being a child of God, you know, don't get caught up saying from saved, everything will be fine, because that's when Satan is coming. But with one prayer, and just continue to hold on to the faith and believing that this is what God has planned us to do. He is the truth.
He will see.
And also, I am the bass player for the related gospel singing. I thank God for that. Right, Ryan, I try to lead song, but I thank God for whatever we do.
Amen.
Just give God the glory.
Amen.
And I like to add, I'm also the keyboard player / promoter.
Okay.
/ cable /.
And as we close, Miss Hill, can you share with us any upcoming singing engagements, their itinerary that's coming
I'm
up?
so glad you asked Dr. Whirl. We have coming up in May the 20th, we have at the Mount Tiller Missionary Baptist Church. The address is 2424 Highway 441, Irwinton, Georgia. The guest will be none other than Luther Barnes and the Restoration Work Center Choir. Also, the gospel keynotes of Tyler, Texas, and yours truly from Toonsboro, Georgia, the related gospel singers. The doors open at 4 o'clock. The program starts at 5, and this is a free event. Okay, and then June. Somebody say June. June 4th. June 4th. We will be in Griffin, Georgia.
Okay.
Helping out Sister Pat Blackman. She's having her summer fest. And the address is 615 North 9th Street, Griffin, Georgia. And on her program, she is featuring the Gospel Imperials from Alabama, the Dixie Airs from Thomaston, Georgia, the New Converted Voices, I'm not exactly sure where they're from, Lee Warner and the Divine Voices from Warner Robins, Georgia, and yours truly again, the related gospel singers of Toonsboro, Georgia. This program starts at 4 p.m. in Griffin, Georgia, and this event is $20 for the tickets in advance, $25 at the door, and for those that want tickets, do I have my glasses? Let me see. Chuck, help me read that to see Miss Pat Blackman, if you can read her information there.
Tickets are $20, $25 at the door. Doors open at 4 p.m. Show starts at 5.
Okay, show starts at 5.
And the direction is 615 North 9th Street. That's Griffin, Georgia, 30223.
And I'm trying to see if I see Miss Pat's phone number on here. Read that. So if you need a ticket,
No, that's the funeral.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Let's see here. If I have Miss Pat Blackman's number in my phone. You see it?
Yeah.
770? It's gonna be 770-313-4955. 5905. And if you want to cash app her, and she will have your tickets
Okay.
at the door, I'm sure. But reach out to her. And we don't have any tickets, but reach out to her, and I'm quite sure she'll be able to give you more directions on how to get a ticket. Amen. And that's what we've got for May and June.
All right.
Man.
A big thank you to the Related Gospel Singers, Wilkinson County, for allowing me to come in this evening. This is their rehearsal night. So they took time out of their rehearsal night to be a part of this double duo on tonight, Spring Conversations.
All right.
Tuesday Talk with Dr. Yaz.